Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Sistas Season 6, Episode 13. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Previously on Tyler Perry's Sistas. Karen still playing in our faces, 3 days pregnant. Andy and Gary still playing games. And Bio is still playing that wedding song in his head because he think he finna marry Sabrina. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. My girls hold me down. Them boys mess around and sing. When the episode first opens up, Sabrina tells Bio she's not marrying him. He talking about, well, that's the condition of the money that I gave you, Sabrina. The way in which I would have ignored him. Okay. I would have called 911 on Bayou for trying to get me to his country to be his wife. I would have called the law. Okay. As my grandmother would say, I would have called the law. Sir, you can go down and see the trafficking cop or you can go to hell, whichever one you prefer. Okay. And whichever one to get you there quicker. So he up there talking about, I mean, it's legal in my country. Well, this is not your country. And that's Sabrina getting engaged with possible jail time. Say what? Sabrina, because you know Maurice ain't been around, honey, so I'm gonna say it for him. How are you getting engaged and you about to go to the slammer? So she tells him that she gotta go. He talking about, well, enjoy your freedom now, because when we're married, you will not be out. That will be over. He said if she don't marry him, she's gonna have to have her bail money revoked. And as I was listening to him, I was just thinking, now y'all correct me if I'm wrong, respectfully, because y'all be ready to, oh, she said something wrong. Listen. Didn't Andy put up Sabrina's bail money and she borrowed it from Rockin' Robin or something like that? I felt like Andy gave some money, honey. I don't know what happened. I thought that he helped out with Maurice, but I don't remember him helping out with Sabrina. Am I getting my storylines confused, or is Tyler confusing the hell out of me? I don't know. But I really think that Bio didn't give that money. It was Andy. So anywho, she tells him, you know, she has to go. And so he calls his mama to tell on Sabrina. Sabrina too nice because he's still sitting there and she's still trying to explain herself. Well, I have to go. Well, Bio, I can't. Sabrina, get up, get your pocketbook and escort him out and stop inviting these men over to y'all's house. That's that same thing that happened with that other man that used to work down at the Empty Bank and Trust. That's married to Andy in real life. He came down there and he just kept coming back. Stop bringing those men to y'all's houses. What was his name? Justin or Josh or Jacob or Jamal? It was something that began with a J. Stop bringing the men down to your house, girl. So once he starts to get up, he reveals to her that he was just playing. And it's sick the way that Americans think of Africans. And just because he doesn't like Maurice doesn't mean that he is narrow-minded. He dislikes him for several reasons. Okay? Yeah, you said you dislike him for several reasons, but you didn't say that was not one of those several reasons. See, you wouldn't be able to play in my face. You messing with semantics at this point. Sitting acting like you reading me, honey. Absolutely not. You can say your little speech and you can go. Speak your speech on the outside of the door. So he leaves. Here goes Sabrina. Did I just get read? Sabrina, I'm going to tell you the same thing that Monique with the Y said over on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Was that a read? I don't feel read. Honey, he ain't read nothing. I'm sure he would have to read the outside of that door. That's what he would be reading. Moving forward. In the next scene, Andy and Danny are at Karen's house. Danny don't want to go in. Andy wants to wait for Sabrina. And I'm like, why? Y'all don't listen to nothing Sabrina got to say? No way. So Sabrina finally gets there. Before they go in, Andy is filling them in on what's going on with Karen and her baby fathers. So while they doing all that, Karen comes out with her hand on her hip, letting her backbone slip, talking about, y'all just gonna stand out here and talk about me? And was. Okay. And was. So they go in to talk to Karen. Karen tells them that she called the doctor to ask why she's been so crazy, losing her damn mind. She said the doctor want me to come in so she can talk to me about it. So Danny was like, oh, okay, so we're just blaming the hormones. So Karen said, well, I mean, it's all of that. I've been stressed, the hormones, Zach played me. So they all confused, like, how did Zach play you, girl? He told you he does not want you. And she keeps bringing up what happened down at the salon when everybody thought she was deceased. Andy's like, well, that's because he loves you, but he's with Fatima. So Danny tries to chime in, but you know, they always trying to hush Danny because she be speaking the real and the truth. But this time she was like, listen, don't invite me if y'all are trying to hush me. Let me speak my speech. So then Karen tells her, you know what, Danny? Say it. You want to say something? Say it. So Danny tells her, listen, girl, Zach does love you, but he's with Fatima. When he thought that you were gone, he got confused. He loves you, but it's not in that way. It's different. He's moved on, and that's why he gave you that money. But baby, Karen don't want to hear that. Karen talking about, he gave me the money because he knows it's his baby. At this point, Karen, only you and Tyler Perry knew who that child's father is. Honey, you, Tyler Perry, and G.O.D. Karen, you're delusional. Girl, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You gonna have to let go. So then she was like, he's the father. And so Andy was looking like, well, Aaron thinks that it's his. Karen said, well, it ain't. So Andy said, well, why would he think that it is? Karen was like, well, I'm going to call and tell him that it's not his. So Andy said, well, he said he saw the results and it's his baby. We need Maury to come out of retirement. Tyler, call up Maury. Tell him to come down with that camera crew so they can run behind Karen when they find out that Aaron is the father. And tell them to come on, sit in on an episode of Sistas, or we can take the heifers down to their studio. We need to take a field trip from the Tyler Perry Studios down to the production that he does or used to do and find out who this child's father is. Like, what is wrong? So Andy's like, girl, Zach was not on the paperwork. Karen said, yeah, but Aaron was excluded, so it's Zach's. Ma'am, what kind of girl math are you doing? Huh? Andy wants to ask her if it's anyone else that she's ever been with. And everybody looking like, don't do it. But here go Andy. I'm not going to do it. I did it. So she asked Karen, well, is there any way that, you could have been with someone else? So Karen was like, no, it was just them two. Girl, you a lie and the truth ain't in it. So after they got done wasting time on Karen, Danny brings up Andy being on a dating app. So Andy is like, well, how do you know? Danny got some kind of account trying to keep herself out there, honey, just in case Cowboy don't work out. Andy said, well, speaking of the dating app, I have a date tonight. And so she wants to go on this date. She's like, yeah, I'm kind of tired of Gary. Plus he knows I'm on the app. Girl, you just want Gary to know you on that app. That's what that is. So they're trying to tell her that she needs to be careful. She's like, no, I'm okay. I mean, we're going to a bar on Juniper. So Danny was like, well, girl, you know what? I might go with you. Now, she said first that she was going to look after Danny. But then she gonna say, yeah, but I really don't want to go because there's a fine man from work that invited me there. Girl, say what now? Well, why did you bring up going? I'm confusion. She was like, yeah, I'm just trying to see how things go with Preston because, I'm a girlfriend now. So they're like, oh, girl, you his woman? Okay. Danny, don't mess up your good thing for a creepy dude driving a mystery machine and eavesdropping on your Bluetooth conversations. Please do not mess up your good thing. Preston has hunted you down, honey. He has followed you to the ends of the Tyler Perry studio. Do not get over there with this man in this suit. I don't even know why you want to go down to the Juniper Avenue. Why? So she's telling them that they're official, but she gave him some of her Mary Jane and he was hiding a kite. Now, instead of going home to check on him, she goes with Andy to the bar where her co-worker just happened to ask her to meet. I think Danny is about to sabotage this relationship. Danny, please, okay, don't piss me off. Please get yourself together. And again, not one person asked about Sabrina. Sabrina, how are you? Still going to jail? Oh, okay. Would you like to tell them about how Bio is trying to blackmail you into marrying him? Oh, you wouldn't? Okay. So how was your day? Have you seen Calvin? Is he still wearing his panties? What's going on with you? Like, they just do not care about Sabrina. At this point, her character can just go away, child. It ain't making no sense. So before they leave, Andy asked for an apology from Karen. And Danny was like, yeah, let me get in on that. I feel like I need an apology as well. Karen said, I love you, bitches. Okay, and I'm sorry. Goodbye and good night. But this is just a side note. Why y'all got Karen waddling and sitting in this rocking chair all wide with not a baby bump in sight? Karen, please sit up. Okay, you can bend your stomach, you can bend your knees, you can bend your legs, you can give us Megan Thee Stallion. There's nothing poking out your stomach. So please sit up and sit back. I said, what is this? What is this, honey? So when they left, she called Aaron. Child, I'm surprised he let the phone ring because he be right there waiting for Karen to come around. In the next scene, Q goes down to the precinct. So the trafficking cop is pissed. So he and the DA standing there like an episode of First 48. They're like, yeah, you lied. So he tells Q that the deal he gave him is off the table because he's a liar. So Q steady lying and denying and bringing up Maurice and Sabrina. And the DA was like, you ain't fooling me. He said, what I really hate is I hate a liar. And you lied on innocent people. Q can't even lie good. So they dropped the charges on them and they're about to lock him up and throw away the key, as they should. Bye, Ashy. So they escort Q out, and the DA tells the trafficking cop that he needs to give an apology to Sabrina and Maurice. Now, I'm telling you right now, baby, an apology is not enough. An apology? I would sue all of y'all for emotional distress. Plus, they lost their jobs. That is not okay, Tyler Perry Land. Like, you got people working out at the empty bank and trust that ain't us. Because we over here playing with the trafficking cop. No, ma'am. And Sabrina ain't been able to sleep since she's been arrested. And she was in there for quite a long time. She was in there for season A and part of season B. Like, what? Moving forward. In the next scene, Fatima and Zach are on their way to feed his son. So he doesn't know what he's going to do if there's something going on with his son when he get there. So she's telling him, just calm down. He said, I know you didn't. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle calling the pot calling the kettle? You are the last person to say calm down. So Fatima basically was like, listen, they came for me and I ain't sent for them. I don't bother people. Don't start none. Ain't going to be done. So then Zach was like, touche. They do be bothering you first. So she tells him that she kind of feels bad about something she did because she hooked Hayden up with a woman and Hayden ended up marrying her. And I'm like, Zach, he's like, so why do you care? Well, I know that's right. We don't give a damn. Girl, be happy he ain't bothering you. Over on the other side, the sisters get to the bar and baby, they are dressed for this casual bar and Andy is dressed like she is going to the Met Gala. I was like, what is going on? And Danny, why are you so shiny when you got a man at home? Okay. Like, why you got all that on? So Andy sees her date, who is a former NFL player. And they like, oh, girl, you keep a man with a bag. She was like, yeah, I prefer to date the rich men. So she sees her date. They're like, okay, we'll go over there and call us if you need us. So she goes up to him with this formal handshake. He's like, I would like a hug. Well, this isn't awkward at all. I was like, what is going on? They sit down. He's telling her he's happy she looks just like her pictures. She's like, well, does that not happen often? He said, no, people catfish with pictures from the 90s. And see, this is yet another reason why I cannot do dating apps. Yet another reason. I'm not about to play Love is Blind in real life and hope for the best. Nope. Okay. I need to see exactly what it is on this picture in real life. Like, please do not come over here. I would be pissed. I would just be pissed. It wouldn't work. So Andy is telling him, it's her first date from the site. And he's like, it's my second. The first one, she was a narcissist. And you know how everybody says that word these days. And I was just like, Andy don't know how to be with nobody but Gary. This is clear. So while Danny is sitting there all dressed up with no particular place to go, here comes Tony, the one who likes to sit in and listen to Danny's conversations on that Bluetooth. So Danny tells him, that she isn't there for him. And I was like, well, it sure seemed like it. I ain't never seen you get out that uniform for nobody. She introduced Sabrina. He's talking about, well, I already know you, Sabrina. So Sabrina is like, how do you know me? So Danny said, that's because he likes to listen in on my calls. He's like, well, she talks loud. So after they get done playing and flirting, because they ain't fooling me, he buys them some drinks. And he already knew Danny's drink by heart. And I don't like that. Why do you know so much about her? We just met you. Like, say what? I don't like it. So then we find out the man Andy is on a date with is Tony's friend. So his other friend, Rich, shows up. And I was like, okay, Rich. Hey, Rich. Baby, Rich was handsome, honey. At least the whole friend group is fine. Because it always be that one. You be like, dang, I wish I would have got the other friend. But all three of them fine. So, baby, any, mini, miny, mo. Catch a friend by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Okay? My mama told me to pick this one right over here and you are out of the game. Rich, come on, let's go. Rich, come on, let's go. So they stood in there, they started talking about them, being divorced and whatnot. So Sabrina gonna say, well, let me see your hand. See, Sabrina, this is why you engaged right now. All that naivete. Girl, that don't mean nothing. Let me tell you something. My soon-to-be ex-husband used to take his ring off just to blink. Them not having a ring on don't mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. So they asked for their rings. They're like, let's see your hands. Now, Tony, dang on well, Danny ain't a bit more married than the man in the moon. So Sabrina was like, well, I'm single. So they asking them, they said, okay, so y'all out here just living, slanging y'all D all around town. They're like, no, we're being very selective and whatever it is they were saying, honey. So then they asked them if they wanted to go someplace quiet, but Danny was like, no, we're good. We need to keep an eye on Andy. Danny, have you even called Preston at all today? Because I'm still confused as to why you are all dressed up just to spy. You could have kept that uniform on. Any other time you do. So they keep saying they need to watch Andy. But Tony and his friend are like, she's in good hands. Okay, she's in good hands with Allstate. She's fine. Not y'all on this triple date on the sleep. Child gone over there and sit in the booth. So Sabrina was like, as long as we sit next to Andy, it's fine. Meanwhile, across town, Aaron shows up to Karen's house. Honey, he probably was sitting outside in the parking lot knowing him. So she asked him to take a seat. So Aaron is telling her, she can get back in her shop pretty soon. He's like, and I can give you the money. I know you didn't want to take it from Zach. She said, I can get the money. He said, okay, so you want it. You just don't want it from me. She said, no, I don't want any of this anymore. So he's confused per usual. She said, me and you. I've decided that I'm going to be single for a while. It's just me and the baby. So he said, well, I'm going to have to be around, for the baby. So she tells him it's not his baby. So he started telling her he knows that it is his baby. He claims that nobody at the hospital told him anything. He said he saw the results. So she pulls out the papers and she's like, these results? Now, Karen clearly has stock in whiteout because I know dang on well that you doctored up these dang on results. So once he looked again, he saw it and it said not a match. So he said, well, I was confused because once I saw the 99%, I thought it was. Now stop right damn now. Karen, you deserve jail time. How is he 99% not a match? I have never seen 99% of numbers next to somebody that is not the father. See, that's what I'm saying. I need to call Maury. He was like, I just wanted it so bad because I love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I just really want you. So she tells him that she wants to get off the ride. He's like, but I'm not willing to get off. Aaron, please respect yourself and let it be done. I don't even know what you want with Karen anyway. What exactly do you love about her? Do you love the way that she dismisses your feelings and ignores you every chance she gets? Do you love the fact that she's still in love with that ex? Do you love the fact that you are in the middle of drama? You never get kisses. You never get loving. The one time you did, now all of a sudden you think you're somebody's father, and you probably are, but Karen and doctored up this stuff, and now she got you going in circles. Is that what you love? What do you love about Karen? Okay. So he's asking her if it's anything that he can do to change her mind. He's like, is there anything I can do to change your mind and your heart? She said no. She was like, but just thank you for everything. So he hit her with the Chick-fil-A. My pleasure. Not your pleasure. Aaron, get out of here. They hugged and she dismissed him. But Aaron is not going down without a fight, and he ain't fooling me. Unless Tyler Perry didn't renew that contract, Aaron will be back in the next episode because he is just like Gary, and they do not listen when these women say that they do not want them. Okay. And I don't know why you fell for the fact that Karen told you that you are not the father, because Karen got a little lying problem. In the next scene, Zach and Fatima finally made it. So the neighbor is telling them that she's not there, the child's mother, but the baby is up there with some man named J Bones. Child, that name sounds sketchy, not J Bones. So the neighbor is asking Fatima if she's cool with all this mess, because baby, it couldn't be her. She was like, girl, I don't know how you put up with all this. This is just too messy for me. So while they're talking, you can hear the child screaming. So Zach and Fatima run upstairs, and this fool gonna answer the door asking questions. When I tell y'all I would have barged right past him, you are not a doorman. You don't ask me no questions. It's not open sesame. I'm not about to answer nothing. I'm about to knock you the hell down and go get my kid. So Zach tells him, I'm his father. He's like, you better get away from here. He cussing him out or whatever. So he tells them to leave. They turn around and walk away. So Fatima's like, let's just call the cops. So then they hear the baby scream again. Zach turns around without hesitation, busted the damn door down, and proceeds to beat his ass as he should. Okay, as he should. And that was the end of the episode. Tyler, I always speak to you through these reviews, and I know somebody that you know is listening. Let's wrap Karen up. Let's wrap Karen up. As much as, we want to know whatever it is we want to know, let's just wrap Karen up. And let's give the sisters something to do besides running over there to Karen's house. Let's take them on a trip. Let Preston whisk Danny away from that damn bar down at Juniper. Okay? Let's get Sabrina back down to the empty bank and trust. Okay? And let's get rid of the trafficking cop. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about the episode and what you thought about the review. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.